We have all been there. You drop a draft into your AI tool, type 3 words, make this better, and hit enter. What comes back is a robotic, useless paragraph that sounds like a generic template. The problem is how we view the tool. We tend to treat AI like a mind-reading magic 8-ball. We assume it instinctively knows what our goals are and exactly what we mean by the word better. But it doesn't. To get better results, think of your AI as a brilliant intern. This intern has read every book and research paper on the planet, but they know absolutely nothing about you or your specific business. If you give that intern a vague, low-effort instruction, you are going to get a generic, lazy result. The machine simply doesn't have the context it needs to be helpful. Getting elite work out of this intern doesn't require a computer science degree. Accessing that potential relies entirely on 3 fundamental shifts in how you manage the conversation. The first shift is how we hand off the assignment. We must move past 3-word commands and use a structured template to delegate tasks with clarity. Give the intern a specific job title, like expert in venture capital. Next, define the output and boundaries, sharing your budget and preferences. Finally, add one instruction. Ask me clarifying questions one at a time until you are confident. This changes the dynamic. When the AI starts asking you smart questions, you'll often realize your initial goal was a bit blurry. It forces you to get sharper about what you really need. By using this structure, you stop being a confused customer and become an effective manager. You turn the AI from an order taker into a targeted problem solver. The second shift is about the relationship. Most of us default to using AI as a yes man, someone whose only job is to nod and tell you your ideas are brilliant. But a yes man isn't helpful. If the machine just agrees with every prompt, you end up with the same uninspired, average results as everyone else. To get the most out of the tool, you have to explicitly command it to be your intellectual sparring partner. You want it to step into the ring and critique your work. Use phrases like, identify blind spots, expose my weakest assumptions, or argue with me. This forces the AI to look for the data you are missing. Treating the AI as a sparring partner allows you to stress test your ideas while they are still on the screen, long before you risk your time or money in the real world. The third shift is all about efficiency. We must stop the tedious repetition of starting every single session from scratch, day after day, over and over again. Imagine hiring a new employee every single morning. You'd have to sit them down and explain your business history, your goals, and your rules before they could even start a task. That would be absurd. But that is exactly what we do when we open a new chat without any background. The AI has amnesia, which forces you to repeat yourself over and over again. The fix is using projects or memory to create a permanent company handbook. Upload essential data, your brand voice, products, and standards, into one central folder. Now, every new conversation instantly knows your context and remembers it forever. By building this central memory, the AI stops being a forgetful helper. It becomes a long-term asset that gets more valuable the more you use it. When you step back and look at these 3 shifts, it all comes down to a single realization. The quality of the work your AI produces is a direct mirror of your own management skills. Vague, messy inputs lead to messy results. But when you manage the assignment with clarity and structure, the machine finally has the direction it needs to deliver high-level results. So remember, use a structured template and force the intern to ask you clarifying questions. Command the intern to step into the ring and spar with your ideas. And build a permanent onboarding manual so the AI actually remembers your context. The technology is already here. You just have to stop asking the machine simple questions and start actively managing your brilliant intern.